definitely we're Rutgers supporters, and the athletics is something that really played a role.
You know, when I was working at this time of year, it's November, out of December, the parents and people like that, the overlap,
So
over the bridge.
I know
I'm like,
that in
oh
some
man.
very
And of course, somebody
recent
did
cases,
plan
they'll
something
say,
out of town
this is
over the
this is
bridge.
Well, you know,
and I'm
in
not
Maine,
saying,
as you
okay,
know,
it's
then
gonna
right
be what
there,
it is,
there's
'cause
great
I'm not-
restaurants, right? So my sister,
my daughter and her fiance moved out of
you can't have any
city.
spices.
They decided,
So like,
this
to
came
eat
in
out,
my
it's like,
so my wife and I are in there for
yeah.
the Oregon.
the Oregon,
So
yeah.
she's
So,
like,
so
oh,
I mean,
and I
I'm
said,
not sure the game's gonna be good,
I said,
but the food's gonna be good. I'll be able to get a drink.
we won't waste a lot of money on food, that's
So I've only been there. I've been in there one other time when it was still actually it was the Abbey Club in 2011. which are fill in after who would be a week later, and for you it's leave. I refuse to go to leave.
So just copy this thing so we can.
Good evening. I'd like to call the October 14th, 2025 Borough Council meeting to order. Will the clerk please read the open public meeting statement?
Adequate notice has been provided as required under Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, specifying the time, date, and location of this meeting by posting a copy of the notice at the municipal building, on the municipal website, and providing a copy of the annual notice schedule to the official newspapers of the borough. Notice is also on file in the municipal clerk's office.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrana.
Here.
Councilman Collins.
Here.
Councilman Manco.
Here.
Councilman Poznanski.
Here?
Councilwoman Payne. Here. Councilman Potter.
Here.
Mayor Murray.
Present.
Borough Attorney Peter Vignolo.
Present.
Borough Engineer Mike McClelland. Borough Engineer Lou Pliskanka.
Present.
Borough Administrator Fred Carr is absent, and I am also here.
Excellent. Will everyone please stand for a moment of silence, which will be followed by the salute of the flag. Now is the time for public comment, limited to the resolutions on the agenda only. If you wish to speak, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Again, this is the public portion is limited to the comments only on the resolutions listed on the agenda at this time. There'll be a 5-minute time limit as set forth by the rules of council. If someone raises their hands, please come up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, I'll close audience comments, public comments. Authorizing payment of municipal obligations. Next on the agenda, we have authorizing payments of municipal obligations. Will the clerk please read Resolution 2025-328 by title?
Authorizing the payment of bills, claims, and statements against the Borough of Milltown in the total amount of $562,435.13.
You've heard the reading in this resolution. Is there any questions?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I had a question on page 12 on Ford Avenue. We have it says monthly general $4,892.50. What does it mean by monthly general? Page 12. Oh, 11, I'm sorry.
Page 11.
And 12. What does that mean, monthly general?
That means that's my monthly billing. That's not Ford Avenue. Ford Avenue is a separate line item.
No. Oh, here it is. Ford Avenue is up top, $4,902.
Yes, sir.
And what is that from?
That's my legal fee, sir.
If you look above, see his name.
Yeah, I see. And that's just for 1 month?
Yes, sir.
There's no way we can do that on a contingency, can we?
No, you wouldn't have a contingency for a redevelopment project, sir.
Is it what, a redevelopment?
What, sir?
It's redevelopment?
It's the Ford Avenue redevelopment project.
If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Peter, I think it's for the litigation for Ford Avenue.
Yeah, it's everything that's encompassed in Ford Avenue. It's the redevelopment plan, it's
which if
the
no
litigation,
one's-
it's the
which if no
condemnation,
one's,
it's the bankruptcy.
Yeah,
So-
which if no one's noticed, there's been a lot of work lately to try to
Oh, we're
Hit
still
the
looking at the
deadline.
same pile of rocks, you know, I mean,
same pile of rocks, okay.
same pile of rocks with a couple
Same
more
pile of
trucks
rocks,
there.
okay.
But then we got another bill for $4,892.50.
Councilman Collins, if you would like to come to my office and sit down, I'd be happy to explain my bill to you.
Sure, okay. That's all I have.
Okay.
Mr. Young, for the Ford Avenue, the town gets reimbursed, correct?
Not for my fees. For the agency fees.
Oh. I guess I was thinking that the developer reimburse.
The borough has certain obligations that it needs to do, and that's what I handle. Mr. Cahill handles the Ford Avenue Redevelopment Agency, and that would be something that the redeveloper would be obligated to pay.
Okay. So I remember I remember telling us when we formed the committee, it wasn't gonna cost the town, a borough anything.
Well, I think that was before Mr. Berger filed a builder's remedy lawsuit, and the borough hadn't satisfied its second round of affordable housing obligation. You know, it's not as if this has proceeded in a linear fashion as everyone imagined. I don't think anybody thought when this started 23 years ago that it was going to be a 23-year redevelopment project.
With no end in sight, right?
I'd rather not discuss pending litigation.
May I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second. I have a motion made by Council President Zambrana, second by Councilman Potter. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrana?
Aye.
Councilman Collins?
Aye.
Councilman Manco?
Aye.
Councilwoman Payne? Aye. Out of order. Councilman Poznanski?
Aye.
Councilman Potter?
Aye.
Motion carries, Mayor.
Thank you. A consent resolution has been prepared for the resolutions listed on the agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are to be considered to be routine in nature and having been reviewed by Borough Council will be enacted on in one motion. Any item may be removed from the consent agenda at the request of any council member, and if so removed, will be treated on a separate matter. Any items requiring expenditures are supported by a certification of funds. If any member of council wants any resolutions acted upon individually, please give me the resolution number, and it will be pulled from the consent resolution.
Mr. Mayor, 2025-337.
Is that it? We're good? Okay. Will the clerk please read the consent agenda resolution minus 2025-337, please?
Whereas pursuant to the rules of council, the council may establish a consent agenda for any regular or special meetings upon certain conditions. And whereas each of the following resolutions presented before the Borough Council at its October 14th, 2025 regular meeting appeared to have the unanimous approval of all members of the Borough Council. Resolutions 2025-330 through 2025-336 and 2025-338 and 339. Now therefore be it resolved by the Borough Council of the Borough of Milltown that each of the above listed resolutions be approved and adopted by the Borough Council with the same legal effect as though each was read in its entirety at the October 14th, 2025 regular meeting and adopted by separate vote.
May I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Potter, seconded by Councilman Collins. Will the clerk, is there any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrana?
Aye.
Councilman Collins?
Aye.
Councilman Manco?
Aye.
Councilwoman Payne? Aye. Councilman Poznanski?
Aye.
Councilman Potter?
Aye.
Motion carries, Mayor.
Will the clerk please read Resolution 2025-337 by title?
Establishing a subcommittee to assist the borough in disposing of the South Main Street Firehouse and the Cottage Avenue Firehouse.
What's the pleasure of council?
Move the resolution be adopted.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Collins, seconded by Councilman Poznanski. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I asked to pull this as I did see a lot of detail in this resolution, but I don't see anywhere in this resolution where the previous analysis of the South Main Street rehab plan will be used as a template or a guide to put this subcommittee together. I've always been, and I continue to be, I think we have enough talent on the Finance Committee. I think we have enough talent in the borough professionals to not have a subcommittee and to get something out the door before the end of the year.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to add a comment as well with regard to this resolution. As I had mentioned at the last council meeting, I think a subcommittee will just delay the work that needs to be done to move this along. And so I don't think it's a wise move to create further delay.
I'd like to add two things. I asked 2 meetings ago about evaluation for the structures. Has that occurred? Okay, thank you. Another thing, as far as having a subcommittee, I know there are people that say that that's where ideas go to die. It doesn't have to be that way. There can be a time limit, especially if everyone is doing their duty to get this done. And that's all I'll say about that.
I would like to see if this is going to be perhaps a motion to amend, I guess would be the correct statement, that would give a closing date, but also that it would, I'd rather see it move to the Finance Committee and get some type of fast, if not immediate, outside source that would assess the value of the properties.
For sure.
And hopefully try and present something for this council about what they are worth and how we would accept the public's or people who want to rent or buy or utilize a format for the way they can present their ideas to turn it into something. And if we could try and do that, I mean, right now we're of course in October, but if it's only involving an outside assessor, independent assessor, who would come in and assess it, and then create a system that allows people to bid on the property, I don't see why that couldn't be done in just a couple of months.
Well, we have 5 meetings left. At the very least, I mean, I can't speak for our QPA, I can't speak for our BA who isn't here tonight. I don't think an assessment's gonna take that long, 30 days less. So at the very least, by the second meeting in November, you'd have an assessment, you'd have a general idea of how much it's worth. I dare say that, working with our QPA, we didn't have a QPA in the second part of last year. We could get something out the door to advertise and see what kind of interest there is from folks, third party, so.
I mean, I do think that the council, interestingly, we're elected as council members
Yes.
to make decisions for a town.
Yep.
And then to farm it out to a group of just a couple of council people, some other people from town, almost seems like like me being, like, I don't want to put my name on something, and I'm here. So I might as well put my name on it. But I do think time is of the essence, and that is a statement that we should probably put on a banner and hang on that wall. Because I think the new firehouse was entered into in 2020. So we're already a little late.
Well, I asked for a valuation a month ago, and maybe my voice doesn't carry, but I've also talked about the firehouse situation before also, but I did ask for valuation. Basically what you're saying also.
Should have called for the vote.
So-
Take an immediate vote would be the words we gotta use
No,
to
that's
facilitate.
not how I
So
see it.
it's been sitting here 5 years, and now you want to get it done by the end of the year? I mean,
John, Councilman, it's not about getting it done by the end of the year. No shovel's gonna be in the ground.
That's
By
true.
the end of the year. What we're talking about, to get an assessment, again, I think we can do that in 30 days or less.
well, we
That-
could
That's me.
have, but we could have done it in 5 years. I mean, now it's,
If we're gonna have a plan, let's have an ambitious plan.
well, shouldn't we get public comment? I mean, I'm all for that.
So.
Great.
We can sit here and we can argue. We've already gotten public comment on the South Main Street Rehab Plan, which you don't like because it costs money. But
Well, we
for
got
me-
nothing out of it. I
But-
mean,
but- Well, no, you have an idea and you have the input from the people in the borough.
and what
And
has
for me-
happened?
For me, by not including that rehab plan, okay, is a disservice and money not well spent.
Well, he didn't say anything about it at that meeting when he said the Ford Avenue, South Main Street redevelopment program. And
who's
the
he?
other, the planner. And he didn't say nothing about the Cottage
planner-
Avenue firehouse.
The
So
planner ran,
we
the
have
planner
two-
ran the meetings.
two properties.
The planner ran that meeting.
But if you're gonna, how are you gonna include the plan, the South Main Street redevelopment plan, when there's a firehouse on Cottage Avenue? So you're not letting the public have any input.
Again,
The longer we wait, the
again,
more
what
the
we're
value
trying
of the
to do-
property is gonna be.
What we're trying to do here is establish whether a subcommittee is needed or not. That's all we're trying to do.
I think we need a subcommittee. I mean, I like the public input. I mean, people have better ideas
Go right ahead.
than me.
I mean, I kind of have to see it the other way, that this is my first, term on council. And the idea that, I mean, I'm just saying, they moved into the new building in 2020. And if there was what sounds like essentially built into or in some corner of the redevelopment plan was the essentially what would be a subcommittee that already made some type of concept and thought about it, doing that again just doesn't seem to be doing anything into the expediency of this. And
I think
let's
we need-
move, let's do something.
I think
Let's
we
do
need
it
to
as a council.
maximize the benefit for the town. We should have people, it was input, and maybe they have more to
You want
say than we
different-
do.
What you want is different people's input.
Right, I'm all for that.
You wanna like.
I represent the people, I don't represent myself.
You wanna throw away the people who actually came out to those meetings 2 years ago and
Well,
not listen to what they said.
I didn't see anybody go up and ask about the firehouse. I don't know, maybe they did, but I mean, we didn't take their ideas.
You probably haven't read the South Main Street rehab plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read the plan.
And tonight, no one's getting up and asked
But it's
about it
been
either.
sitting there for a year and a half. It's been sitting there for a year and a half. Let's,
Well, I appreciate the
lost
idea.
last
Will
year.
the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrano?
No.
Councilman Collins?
Aye.
Councilman Manco?
No.
Councilwoman Payne?
No.
Councilman Poznanski?
Yes.
Councilman Potter?
No.
Mayor, the motion is defeated.
Thank you. Reports from elected officials. Council President Zambrana?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, because I had mentioned the motion to amend.
No, it's done. Now we're reports. It was
No, it
voted
would have
down.
needed somebody who made, there was already a
Somebody would
motion
have
on
had
the
the
floor.
Make
second,
another
okay.
motion.
It wasn't, you can't amend a motion, they would need to withdraw their motion in order to amend it.
Okay, thank you.
You got it.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have any reports this evening.
Okay. Councilman Collins?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a short report from the Library Committee. Wednesday, movie matinee, 10:15, 10:22, 10:29 at 2:30 PM. After-school movie, Thursday, 10:16, 3 PM. Read to a Pooch, Saturday, 10:18, 12:30 PM. Yoga, Monday, 10:20, 9 AM registration required. Creative journaling, Monday, 10:20, 5:30 PM. Exploration Station, Tuesday, 10:21, 10:30 AM, please register. Craft Corner, Thursday, 10:23, 3 PM. Harvest Day Festival, 10:25. Bingo, face painting, touch a truck, pumpkin picking, story time, pup costume parade, and Friends book sale. That's on Saturday, 10:25. And it doesn't say what time. Costume parade and Friends book sale. Library Book Club, Monday, 10:27. Slow Flag Yoga, Monday, 10:27. Slow Yoga, 10:27, 6:30 PM. Please register. Drop-in play Tuesday, 10:28, 10:30 AM. Game on after school gaming Tuesday, 10:28, 3 PM. Wolves at the library, Tuesday, 10:28. Call for details. After school Jeopardy, Thursday, 10:30, 3 PM. And that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Manco?
For the electrical department, substation maintenance was performed, oil samples were taken out and sent out for analysis. This process is very important to monitor the health of our transformer and to be able to identify potential problems that could lead to failure. Broken streetlights were fixed and replaced with energy-efficient LED fixtures in 5 locations. LED floodlights were installed at the Little League batting cages. Line clearance and some dying trees were removed. Lighting at the senior center was replaced. A new cable will be installed shortly. A call for sparking wires were answered and repairs were made. Regarding the water utility, Along with daily work orders and daily pump checks, water and sewer mentioned a few things. The wet well at Church Street Station was cleaned, and approximately 12 to 16 yards of debris was removed. A lot of the debris consisted of needles and personal care wipes, which are not flushable. No wipes are flushable. This caused costly repairs to the pumps. Nothing should be flushed that hasn't gone through you first. Do not rinse grease from cooking down the drain, as this also contributes to clogs. We have replaced several fire hydrants, including one at 32 South Wilson. There is a variable frequency drive which controls the pump number 2 that was replaced on the Church Street pump. And hydrant flushing has started on 9/27 and has now been completed. Thank you all for your patience. Additionally, regarding the water utility, the phrase I was always heard was a nickel holding up a dollar. So until we get all of the meters replaced, we have a proper inventory of the lead line assessment in town, we can't really use any of the grant money that was so graciously accommodated us by the county or the state or however you want to say that trickles down. We can't do it until we get all the meters done. And the last people who aren't getting on board and getting it on schedule will likely start receiving an additional bill for not being on the system. It is, the town went out of the way to do something, to accommodate, to work towards something that would save money in the future. There were people that expressed a lot of concerns about lead lines and galvanized lines and who was going to pay for it and what would they do. Well, there's a plan for that too now. And if we want to get to a second round of that money, we also need to get to that first round quicker. And we can't do that until all the lines, all the meters are replaced. So we can expect something to come in front of the council over the next couple meetings that will mandate that charge. Just so you're not caught off guard, there's no surprises. It's not going to be a nice number. It is a motivational number. And the town needs it. The town agreed to do it. We agreed to do it. It cost us nothing to do it. And it saves us money in the long run, which is what everybody wants out of their utility. So it's really everything everybody wants, except for a couple hundred people. That's about it. Thank you.
Frank or Lou, do you know how many remain?
I don't remember the exact number. I'm thinking 224, but there is some, in that list is some people who are incomplete or, I can give you an exact number. I'll check the list.
Yeah, they've updated the numbers, it's 210.
210?
So it dropped 14, 15, something like that. Yeah, still need to get like below that.
And when would the surcharge go into effect?
Well, it has to go through council first.
Okay.
So
Two
until,
readings. Two readings.
What did you say?
Two readings. Introduction
Two
and
meetings.
an approval, so that's 2 meetings. I think, what did we discuss in our utility meeting? Effective 1/1/26?
Okay, so it's gonna go.
And do we have a number on what that surcharge is? Is it
Not yet,
equal?
but it'll be
Not
1/1,
yet. And then it will be
1/1/26.
equal for each person, or? is
For
it
those
under-
folks who have not replaced their water meter.
Right, and it'll be
Everybody
the
that's
same
replaced their
amount.
water meter, they're good.
Gotcha.
So utilities committee will get together and discuss
And
that.
then
We
they'll
already,
make a
yeah,
proposal.
we already kind of did.
Okay.
And again,
Okay.
now it's fine tuning what the language is going to be. and then-
Okay.
But you can expect that probably second meeting in November.
Okay.
Councilwoman Payne, your report?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of the police department, for the month of September, the police responded to 1,485 calls for service. During this period, the police conducted 116 radar details in numerous locations. The police made 569 motor vehicle stops during this period, and the police investigated 24 motor vehicle accidents. There were 7 arrests that were made, shoplifting, DWI, and active warrants. At the last meeting, last time that we did reports, I forgot to mention that there were some statistics that the chief had shared with me. The chief is really on it in terms of sharing a lot of data. And I just wanted to share this from last month that he had forwarded to me. Just a comparison, a very just sort of quick comparison with regard to traffic stops and then crimes that happen in town from the year 2023 through to the year comparing it to 2024 and 2025, just to give you an idea of the good work that our men and women in blue do for our town. In 2023, there were 2,657 traffic stops. In 2024, there were 5,405. So there was a 96% increase in the number of traffic stops. And then in 2025, there were 6,000, and that's an increase of 125%. And arrests reflect those kinds of increases. There were, in 2023, there were 71 arrests, then in 2024, 109, and then in 2025, 139. That's as of September. And so, again, like almost 100% increase in the number of arrests. And then in terms of crimes, it's interesting, right? So in 2023, there were 11 burglaries. In 2024, 5, right? It did increase for 2025, but there still was a significant decrease. And it's the same for assaults and thefts and robberies. You know, we're very fortunate that we live in a town where there's minimal crime, but, you know, safety takes work, right? And our police department does, such an incredible job. And I think that traffic stops and arrests are a result of hiring young, new, energetic recruits, right, that bring a freshness to the police department. So kudos to them, and congratulations to the chief on, work that is continuing to be just amazing for us. The Milltown Fire Department for the month of September, busy as always. There were 35 incidents during the month, and that year to date there are 269. And the number of hours that they have put in for the month of September were 365, and year to date 4,594. There were, the normal equipment checks and firehouse calls, and special assignments, that I do just want to make a note, that they were present at the American Legion for the 9/11 service, as were the council and mayor. We were there. And many attended that event. And then on 9/27, they were at Borough Park for Milltown Day. And that's always good to see. And then, of course, a special assignment at Craybeal Funeral Home for the services for Deputy Chief Tony Korbenik. So one thing I just want to note, I know that we acknowledged the Deputy Chief last meeting, but I just wanted to say that, the department, as sad as it is and with a heavy heart, they will spend the next few months making sure that they find a new deputy chief. And, at the same time understanding that to fill Tony's shoes is really a difficult task. The funeral service was one to remember. The display of neighboring fire departments and agencies, as well as the rescue squad, did not go overlooked by the fire department. Tony's motorcade and last alarm was flanked by the Milltown Police Department, which made all travel possible that day. And the fire department wants to thank the police department for their professionalism and understanding. They were a tremendous help on that particular day. I also attended fire prevention night on Friday night at the firehouse, and Sparky the dog, remote, that was a big hit with the kids. The county had brought in a trailer and showed the kids around, and it was really a really nice event. And they hadn't done that in collaboration with the county in several years. So the chief, Anthony Fama, said, they're going to continue to do that, and so it was really fun to be there. The Milltown Rescue Squad, for the month of September, there were 69 total calls, and 57 of those in Milltown, and the remainder were on the Turnpike and rescue and standby and mutual aid. They had their blood drive was very successful in September. They'll be helping out at Haunted River Walk we had a meeting with the chief earlier, and he was on his way. He had to run over to the Riverwalk as a parent, not as the chief. And the Milltown Rescue Squad will be helping out there. They were also at Milltown Day as well, and they're always looking to recruit new talent. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilman Panzayski?
Sure. First, I'd like to say I'm the liaison to Public Works, Senior Center, and Milltown Historic Preservation Committee, not recycling. And as far as Preservation Committee, I have not received a report since the beginning of the year, and I have not been included in meetings in months. Now, I will start now at the Senior Center. The remaining October trips will include October 22nd, there will be a bus trip to Riamar Restaurant. The bus will leave at 11:45. October 23rd, there will be a bus trip to the Amish Market. The bus will leave at 9:30 a.m. And October 30th, there will be a bus trip to the Shrimp Box. The bus will leave at 10:45. And upcoming events in November, Middlesex County Health Department will be sponsoring a flu clinic on November 6th from 2 to 3 p.m. And November 10th, 1:15 p.m., we'll have a presentation from our police liaison, Nick Olasinski. The VNA nurse will be available for appointments on Monday, October 20th from 12 to 3 p.m. This service is available for Milltown seniors free of charge each month. Please sign up on the bulletin board if you're interested. We have a weekly lunch program on Wednesdays sponsored by Elijah's Promise. On Wednesdays, starting at 12:30. Please check the calendar for dates. There is such a need for shelters that we will continue collecting throughout the year. This is for pets. This includes unopened dog and cat food, litter, and unused toys and accessories. We have had so many generous donations. We have been able to donate to many different rescue organizations. I'm so thankful and would like to encourage people to continue to donate, especially around the upcoming holiday season. And they're also starting a new class. It's called the Whole Body Fitness that will meet on Mondays from 12 to 1 p.m. All are welcome to attend. Now for the DPW meeting. We had an important public works meeting to discuss end-of-the-year review and new year plans and expectations. In attendance were Councilman Potter, Manco, and myself, and from CME, Lou Plizanka, and Ralph Jasinowski, and a junior associate from CME. First, Lou brought us up to date on the projects such as Northbrook Drive, East to West Foch, milling, paving, and drainage plans. The second phase of the Albert Avenue bike path, Ralph and I toured the upcoming desired site. Ralph discussed the new recycling drop-off center, and it is a very appreciated success. The leaf bags are available Monday through Friday and Saturdays when the recycling center is open. Milling and paving, the county is preparing quotes. The next big project is replacing the HVAC system at the DPW and the firehouse. The timing is important as the winter season approaches. The old DPW yard was discussed. I have mentioned possible uses here in the past. Councilman Manco had ideas that could be feasible, and I hope he mentions his thoughts at some point here. New equipment such as various trucks and a new chipper were discussed. Milltown Day was, as usual, a big success with giveaways, a well-attended crowd, and much enthusiasm. And I have one more thing because I didn't have a chance to discuss with John. It's TK1. We're discussing revision of the cable television that we have here. And I spoke with the owner, Telly, and I'm having an appointment with him here next week, and he's sending me information by email. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilman Potter?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. From the Milltown Recreation Department, we'd like to extend our sincere thanks to all who attended the 9/11 Candlelight Remembrance Service at the American Legion. Milltown Day was a tremendous success. Thank you to everyone who came out to support our community. We had an awesome time at the Rutgers Blackout game on September 19th. Despite the loss, thanks to everyone who came out and made it a fun night. All of our fall programs are up and running and are having a great season so far. Get creative and help us light up the Milltown Bridge for our first annual pumpkin carving contest on October 24th and 25th. Join the fun by carving your best pumpkin and being a part of this festive community display. Register today on Community Pass. The deadline to enter your pumpkin is Tuesday, October 21st. The Descendants Musical Theater Program is excited to present their final performance on Tuesday, November 11th at Joyce Kilmer School. Register now for late fall soccer clinics. Join us for 4 weeks at Parkview School from November 13th through December 18th. Register now on Community Pass. Be on the lookout for youth basketball registration, opening at the end of this month. We're offering a coach's incentive of $25 off one of your child's registrations. The Adult Co-ed Softball League is off to a great season with 5 teams competing. The championship game will take place on Thursday, October 30th at Michelin Field. Please be sure to visit our recreation webpage to familiarize yourself with the upcoming programs and help us continue to make Milltown Recreation a community in motion. From the Planning Board, the meeting in October was canceled, and the next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, November 5th. And from the Milltown 4th of July Committee, save the date, Friday, April 18th. Join the Milltown 4th of July Committee for our Red, White, and Brew event at the American Legion. Stay tuned for more details to be shared in the coming months. And Mr. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you. I have no reports. I would just like to congratulate tax collector Kelly McCormick on her due diligence with getting in touch with everyone and getting everyone off at a tax sale. So this is the first time in many years that there are nobody for the tax sale this year. So congratulations to Kelly. Reports from borough professionals. Mr. Peter Vignolo.
No report tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Luke.
No report tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. And does any member of council have any old business to bring before council? Seeing none, does any member of council have any new business to bring before council?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I had a question for Mr. Vignola. Did the Ford Avenue property get sold off for a tax sale too, the tax lien on there?
Did the lien get sold? Not to the best of my knowledge, but
Why not?
because it's in bankruptcy, and frankly, I think, given the fact that he's in significant arrears, I'm not sure there's anyone who's willing to take that financial risk.
Well, if I declare bankruptcy, I still have to pay my taxes.
They're obligated to still pay their taxes, that is correct. That is what they're supposed to do in light of,
So it's not going to tax sale.
it's my understanding it's not, based upon what the mayor just said. I will admit I'm not intimately involved in the properties and their tax statuses. So I can look into that for you, but
Sure, that'd be good. Find out
Okay.
why we can't get some money.
He might bill you though.
What's that?
He might bill you.
Oh, that's a given.
So don't question it.
Yeah, so don't, yeah. Wonder
Open to
why
the
it's
public.
charging you.
Public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comments until the speaker has finished. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. Please state your name and address for the record when you come to the podium. Just a reminder, under the rules of council, individuals wishing to speak during the public input part of the meeting shall be limited to 5 minutes and may, after other speakers have finished, be allowed to speak for a second 5-minute period. If someone raises their hand, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
Hello, my name is Emily Reyes. I live in New Brunswick, actually. I'm here for Rutgers, a class in Rutgers. I had to attend this class. So I had a question about Section 16, about the executive session. Is it possible to disclose what the pending litigation is in regards to?
it doesn't need to be, but I will. It's regarding the Ford Avenue redevelopment litigation.
Sorry, can you?
It's the Ford Avenue redevelopment litigation.
Okay, all right. That's all. Thank you.
You got it, thank you.
Seeing no further audience comments, I will close the public comment portion of the meeting. Does any council member have any comments?
I do. I'll go last if anyone else has something.
Well, sure. I just have a quick comment, Councilman Poznanski, if you would like to go last. I'll go first.
Sure.
I just wanted to comment that I utilized the extra recyclable day this weekend on Saturday, and I had, because of Prime Day, I had a lot of extra cardboard, and so I packed up my car and I went over to the garage at DPW, and these two gentlemen, one stopped me and asked me for my address, and the other assisted me. I didn't do it, they just did everything. And it was really great service, and I think, we should all utilize it. And it took me literally 5 minutes. Cleaned out my garage, so so thanks to the DPW. It was really so easy, so don't hesitate that it's, more complex than it is. Pack up your car, and then they just unpack it and throw it in the truck, and it was great. So just wanted to make a note.
Councilwoman, I'm sorry. If I could say one thing, DPW is responsible, but the main one is Ralph, because he created it from start to finish.
Yeah.
Even going to the Amish to get a building that's used there.
Yeah.
And the cardboard goes in the back of the garbage trucks.
Yep.
And they actually sell that, so he's created a wonderful thing here, and
Yeah.
so many people do use it.
Yeah, I'm
So-
glad to hear. Yeah, it was a
Sure.
good experience. So,
I'll make sure that he knows that you said something here.
yeah, maybe he's watching. Hi, Ralph, thanks.
And that's typically after recycling day. It's the Monday.
Yes,
after.
it's the Saturday
Saturday
after the recycle, so that's how I remembered, and Gretchen also gave me the schedule, so when I stopped in during the week.
And it's also not only cardboard, sometimes they can bring bulk items too.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, and I mean, it wasn't just cardboard, because I had all my other, I then did my extra recyclables that we normally put out, and that they just threw everything in the garbage trucks, and I felt like I did a good deed, and I didn't really do anything, just drove the.
Just don't bring the hazardous materials, that's a
Oh,
separate
no,
day.
that's a
That's a
separate
separate day,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
And as we move into the holiday season, I'm sure that, that we'll all be seeing each other there.
That's right.
I, just as a quick comment, I really appreciated understanding the data, and, I can see that there's certainly more policemen. I always wondered, when I get the count in previous meetings, I don't have any correlation about more or less,
Yeah.
or good or bad, so it's nice to see that.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting, I was like,
I'll try
look-
to make it a habit, because the chief is really good about sharing data like that, and I'll try to, do that
Yeah.
more regularly with everyone, but it's so impressive.
That is, it was interesting, I had 4 DWIs in town, which, for such a small town. And then, someone said to me, well, there's a lot of people who cut through
That's right.
as well. I was just,
Right. Right. Yeah, they're doing a heck of a job, so thank you for saying that.
All right, I have two things that I'd like to talk about, and I'm going to address the agenda change for hopefully a last time. Considering the loss of transparency, the residents are the losers in the standoff that we are having. First, changing the unanimously voted for agenda 2025-22, the resolution, without the forethought and wishes from the majority of council is not legal. It was stated that the change was for the sake of expediency, but for whom? Certainly, it takes away or curtails the information to residents. And second, the surprise elimination of the committee reports from last meeting, from council members, as retribution for reestablishing council comments as a standalone information access for residents is seen negatively. Though our bylaws state committee reports are on the first meeting of the month, which is true, this has been disregarded until last meeting. We've done reports every meeting. And my question is, why have we been ignoring the bylaws? Because if it's stated that we do it on the first of every month, and we've been doing it every month since I've been sitting here, we should continue to inform the residents of happenings every meeting. I do not believe in shortchanging my neighbors of needed information or our thoughts. Because someone desires to get home early, we are elected to be information contributors, and I will continue to do so. And also, I'm going to add something about the old Michelin plant. I'm going to speak about the hope for upcoming change in our status regarding the old Michelin plant. I appreciate after 25 years there is possible resolution. What residents have received has been 25 years of blight $7 million of missed tax collection, poisonous contamination, financial burden, etc. We could have done something to recoup our losses. For instance, an idea we could have offered to lease some of his land, some of his property, say 10 acres, get him to clean it up. We could have put up a solar array field, much of it with grants, bringing in electricity, savings for the residents. We would be beating him at his game, not taking his land, yet helping our residents. Instead, we have him as a bad neighbor, owed $7 million, not to us, but to the taxpayers who have been footing the tax burden. I'm more concerned with the toxic exposure, land, air, and water to residents. I'm also more concerned with the $7 million owed to the residents than I am to make sure that the developer gets to make his investment worth his while. It's a shame that this situation for all of Milltown has lasted for decades. Thank you.
I share Councilman Poznanski's, sentiment about the administrators changing the agenda, and then somehow it wasn't legal, and then we had to pass a resolution to change it back again, which that makes any sense, but some people want to go home early and others just want to get the job done. Thank you.
Okay, I have no comments. Next on the agenda, we have a resolution 2025-340. Will the clerk please read resolution 2025-340 by title?
Entering into executive session.
You heard the reading of this resolution. May I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Potter, seconded by Council President Zambrana. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrana?
Aye.
Councilman Collins?
Aye.
Councilman Menko?
Aye.
Councilwoman Payne?
Aye.
Councilman Poznanski?
Aye.
Councilman Potter?
Aye.
Motion carries, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay. We're going to stay in here. Thank you.